So as you guys may know, I returned to Dinosaur Simulator not too long ago, but obviously I've noticed some things when I returned. And not in a good way. One is the removal of offline growth, which, it makes sense. It's supposed to be a survival game after all. It sucks, but I can see why they removed it. But then I noticed something else, which, I knew this was a problem for a long time, but... What the hell? Oh my god! I think you get the point what I'm trying to get here. Now, okay, I do know this is because Chicken Engineer and the team needs money. After all, Roblox did release a horrible update that got rid of basically one of the main ways for Chicken Engineer and the team to get money, and of course needed to find other ways. But here's the problem with literally increasing every single dinosaur's DNA price. In fact, I'm gonna be honest, this is the same problem that Kaiji Universe had back in the day. All their stuff was too expensive. Now, sure, everything in DNA was obviously their currency was easier to get. But as a new player, when you join the game and see these skyrocketed prices, it looks too grindy. And they just leave immediately. That's why Dinosaur Simulator just barely ever gets new players because of this. It's always that first impression that causes those players to leave. Speaking of Kaiji Universe, actually, I'm going to use the same technique that Collie used, which was he would go into a new account and test to see the new game of Kaiji Universe. I'm going to do that with Dinosaur Simulator and see how long it takes to get a decent dinosaur in Dinosaur Simulator to show how bad the early game is. Alright, we have just loaded a brand new account. Let's go ahead and get into Dinosaur Simulator at this moment. Here we go. Now, for the sake of this experiment, we're going to grind with a new skin or dinosaur for Pteranodon. We're going to see how long it takes for us to get it. Now, the first thing you're going to notice when you start playing Dinosaur Simulator is look up and you'll see how long or how many DNA you make per day. So, to begin with this, we won't even have to actually wait to see how long it takes. We can just do the math. Well, let me pull up a calculator, for example. So first, we're going to start with the 7,000 price that Pteranodon costs. Then we're going to put in how much DNA we get, how many payouts we need to get that DNA, which is 70. And then we're going to put in how much payouts we get per hour, which is 20, which is 3.5, and there we go. 3.5 hours to get a Pteranodon. 3.5 hours of standing around as a Triceratops to get a Pteranodon. And yes, I know that missions exist. I know that meteors exist. I know that bonuses exist. But if you were a new player, first of all, you probably, other than maybe make missions, you're probably not even going to know how this works. And even if you did, are you going to seriously, as a new player who has never played it before, are you going to spend multiple time of your life trying to find a meteor around the map, or with the bonuses, where some of the bonuses are locked behind very expensive dinosaurs that by themselves already take even longer to grind? Your only saving grace are missions, and when some of the missions even then are too difficult, what do you have left? Now you can see why almost no one plays Dinosaur Simulator anymore, or at least no more new players. They just think it's too grindy, and they're kind of right. However, of course, there is a solution to this, with the very obvious being, lower all the prices. I get that they make money, but come on. This is going to basically ruin every single first impression from every new player. Next, I think the game could really benefit from a tutorial, because I bet 90% of the new players don't even know that meteors don't exist, or how to do any of the bonuses. A tutorial would easily solve that. And with the bonuses themselves, I feel it would be better to make the lower dinosaurs higher chance to happen, Because the bonuses are kind of useless to the new players most of the time because it's always the more expensive dinosaurs. And while yes, region bonuses exist, you don't earn as much as dinosaur playable bonuses, which kind of makes it unfair. Overall, that's my thoughts on all of this. Even though the game is in a dead state, I do think this is very fixable. Overall, we can help developers fix this as a community. That's all for now. See you guys later.